Good morning. In honor of the snow, I'm wearing my hat, and I'm reading a story about hats. Do you have a hat? By Eileen Spinelli, illustrated by Geraldo Valerio. There's a whole lot of information about people in the front of the book. You might like to check this one out. Do you have a hat? Do you have a hat? Something fuzzy, warm, and red to keep the snowflakes off your head? Or maybe floppy-brimmed and blue when summer sun shines down on you? Do you have a hat? Francisco de Goya had a hat with candles on the brim. A clever hat that suited him, that made a chandelier of light for painting far into the night. Do you have a hat? Igor Stravinsky had a hat, a tattered, battered green beret. He wore it every single day. They say it never left his head, not even when he went to bed. Do you have a hat? Carmen Miranda had a hat, a towering hat of plums and cherries, peaches, oranges, and berries, plump bananas by the bunch, a hat her friends could eat for lunch. Do you have a hat? Abraham Lincoln had a hat, a stovepipe hat, black and tall, a presidential carry-all. Abe Lincoln wore it round the town with documents inside the crown. Do you have a hat? See, he's got papers hidden in his hat. Nat Love had a hat, a cowboy hat to wear, of course, or carry water to his horse, to give a pesky fly a slap, or play the pillow for his nap. Do you have a hat? Isabel of Bavaria had a hat, a cone-shaped hat so very high it poked a gargoyle in the eye. The doorways had to be redone so she could fit through every one. That's a pretty weird hat, isn't it? Do you have a hat? Walt Whitman had a hat, a rather old and shabby hat at times, a makeshift table mat for writing poems in the sun or eating supper on the run. Do you have a hat? Louis Comte had a hat to close his magic act, a normal-looking hat, in fact, but reaching in, as was his habit, Louis produced a bunny rabbit. Do you have a hat? John Chapman had a hat. They say he wore a cooking pot. Some folks believe that, some do not. If true, he was a sight indeed, a pot-topped sower of apple seed. Do you have a hat? Amelia Earhart had a hat. So did Daniel Boone, it's true. Charlie Chaplin, Sally Ride, all of them had hats. Do you have a hat? A fancy hat? A hat that's plain? A hat for walking in the rain? My hat is to keep my ears warm when I'm out walking. A hat with feathers, flowers, bows, a hat that hoots, a hat that glows, a magic hat, a cap, a crown, a country hat, a hat for town, a single hat squashed flat or tall. Look at all the different kinds of hats. Hats and hats and hats and hats. It's better than no hat at all. Keep your ears warm. Have fun playing in the snow.